Okay, Andrew, I am just the guy, the gal. I'm the person that gets things done. When someone needs something accomplished, whether it's family or business or within my community, they always come to me. And that's kind of what I'm known for. And yet, there are things in my life that I will procrastinate and I just won't follow through, and I can't figure out why. This is an awesome problem to have. And I love working through this one with my coaching clients. I believe there are three simple reasons as to why highly successful people procrastinate. And there's hope here. So I'm going to offer you a little bit of hope. I'm going to unpack these three things with you today and share some stories and examples that will help you realize that there is light at the end of this dark tunnel of procrastination. So, number one, we're going to go deep. Why do we procrastinate? Sometimes it's an unconscious, self-fulfilling prophecy because we don't believe that we are worthy of the outcome, the goal, the result of doing the thing that we're about to do. It becomes this self-limiting, self-incriminating procrastination. And if you don't believe that you are worthy of receiving what will happen when you do this thing, then you're not going to do it because you don't want to strengthen or validate that belief of not being worthy enough. Let me give you an example. We'll talk about a woman named Marlene. Marlene is a name that I've made up for this woman. She and her husband have been married for over 30 years. They have built a very, very successful development company, land development, construction, and real estate, like three businesses in one, and they are doing phenomenally well. And she has this incredible family. She has grandchildren, and yet she can't seem to get her physical health, her fitness and nutrition under control. And every time she makes a plan, she procrastinates the execution of that plan. Well, when we sit down together and we unpack what this is all about, we find deeply seated decisions that were made unconsciously, beliefs that have been created, and therefore emotions that are being suppressed. And she doesn't believe that she is worthy of having all of the love that comes to someone who is in great physical shape. Even though her husband sees and loves and appreciates who she is as a beautiful wife and mother, as someone that consistently serves everyone around her, she made a decision as we unpacked from her childhood that she would not be worthy of that kind of love and that her body was not enough. And so every time she set a goal, she would never fulfill and go through what it takes to accomplish those goals. Now, maybe it's not fitness and nutrition for you. Maybe it's some other area of your life. And I would love to help you unpack, what is it? What is it that you have believed to be true about yourself that's making it so hard for you to take action here? Once we can change those beliefs and create new decisions using powerful processes of NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, of mental and emotional release therapy, to wipe out that old identity of what you believe you are or are not worthy of, then we can actually plant something that's new. Think of a garden that's just overrun with all kinds of weeds, with all kinds of briars and just noxious growth. It's really challenging to plant a beautiful garden when all of that is there. And so the first step is we have to remove what it is that's making it so hard for you to believe that there can be anything else in this garden other than just junk. So that's the first thing. that I see with those who procrastinate when they are usually highly successful in other areas of their life. They don't believe that they are worthy of the fruits that come from the labors of this commitment. Number two, the reason that people procrastinate is they don't really want it. Let's talk about Dave. Dave is not the actual name of this client, but Dave just gets so excited about things. He sets goals and he makes plans and commitments with me. And I've been coaching Dave for a couple of years now. And I know that there's this moment when Dave just isn't going to do it. And we've put everything in place to make sure that it can happen, and yet it just doesn't. And I will ask him, I'll say, Dave, do you really want this? Is this something that's coming from an intrinsic place of motivation? And we'll often find out after a few weeks or months of him not following through that he doesn't. He doesn't want it. Well, then why did he commit to it in the first place, you're asking? Well, because someone else wanted him to want it. He read it in a book. He heard it on a podcast or watched it on a YouTube video. He saw someone else modeling something, and he wanted to test the waters. And he wanted to see what it would be like for him to experience what it was that someone else has experienced. In fact, if it doesn't come from within, then it won't ever work. Motivation is an interesting thing. The word motivation comes from the Latin word movere, which means to move. And nothing makes you move outside of yourself. It has to be an inner drive. A carrot or a stick? Neither. That donkey is going to move because of an internal decision that it makes of what it truly wants, either moving toward pleasure or away from pain. And so I ask you, on these things that you're procrastinating, do you really, truly, 100% want it deep down, the burning desire? Because if you don't, you're not going to follow through. And that's okay. We are far too often chasing goals and trying to find happiness and fulfillment and purpose in things that aren't meant for us. And so if you go down one of those paths and it doesn't turn out to be what you actually wanted, good for you. Because guess what just happened? You now know what you don't want. And if you can figure out what you don't want, it's going to make those paths that you do want much more attractive. So, question number one, do you believe you're worthy of this goal? And if not, what's at the root of all of that? Number two, do you really want it? Because if you don't really want it, stop beating yourself up for procrastinating. And now reason number three, let's say you do feel worthy. You've gone through the deep work. You know you want it. Why are you still procrastinating? Well, I have found that if there's not a system in place, if there's not a plan to move forward, if you don't know when, where, how, with whom you're going to be accomplishing this, then you're not going to move forward. Think about the things you've been most successful with in your life. Think about the businesses that you've led, the family you've built, the relationships that you've nurtured. You had clarity on what that looked like. And then you built a system to achieve what it is that you desired most. And without a system, without a plan, you will continue to procrastinate because you're not going to start something that isn't going to work. You need to know, you need that assurance. Because as my dad always said, if we fail to plan, then we can plan to fail. And that's not what it's about for you. You want to succeed. You want to see the fruits of your labor. You want to see what it's like to experience the joys of what it is you desire most and what you believe you're worthy of receiving and what you believe you're worthy of giving to others. Now, as a recap, once you have that system in place and you know that it's something you actually truly want and you believe that you're worthy of it, then you're ready. And there's no more procrastination. If you go through these things and you still find that you're procrastinating, then we got to do some more work. And maybe there's something else here. Maybe you're going to teach me the 4th and 5th or the 6th or the 7th or whatever it is, the 10th thing that I haven't found yet. But I'm pretty certain that if we've got these 3 in place, you're going to find your success, and that procrastination is going to just go back where it belongs, in that deep, dark closet. I believe in you. I really do. Maybe you say, Andrew, you don't know me, but I do. I do know you. I believe in you. You're a child of God. You have infinite potential. And there are things that you are feeling called to do. There are people that you know you need to serve. There are just beautiful, beautiful creations that are in your mind of what's possible for you. And I want to help bring that in fulfillment. I want to see the fruits of everything that you can imagine. There's no more need to procrastinate. I'm here for you. I'm ready to go deeper. And if you need a coach to hold you accountable, to help you see things that you haven't seen before, to answer the questions and ask the questions that you're not asking or answering, then I'm ready. What about you? I want to thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of this journey with me. And there are others that are on this journey as well. And can I ask you something, please? Can I ask you to share this with one person that you think needs to hear it today? Someone that might be procrastinating. You can just say something like this. Hey, I recognize I'm procrastinating. You probably are procrastinating too. Maybe we can help each other. Let's work through these 3 things that Andrew has suggested today. Let's go together. If you want to go far, go together. That's what the proverb says. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Bring someone with you. Share this video. Your likes and subscribes help this message get to more people. That's my ask for you. Thank you. Make it an amazing day. Make it the best day yet.